This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard. Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 130. My name is Adam Patterson. With me today we have Kevin Rakestraw. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
I'm done.
You doing?
It's actually doing pretty good for Ryan.
Yeah. You're not terrible. You're not tired. You're not sneezy.
I'm not a whirlwind of madness.
You don't have that doom and gloom cloud
No,
over your head today?
not
That's good.
the other day I did.
Well, do you care to elaborate on what happened the other day that caused the doom and gloom cloud?
Just everything going wrong. It was one of those days where everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
I mean,
I
don't mean to be like a dick or anything, but aren't you kind of used to that by now?
Yeah, but
Like,
not.
it still
like,
gets you occasionally.
Sometimes some things go good. And that's like my salvage.
Hmm.
But this day, nothing went good.
I had
Got
that happen.
progressively worse as the day went on.
I had that happen to me on Friday. It was like just everything was going wrong, and then I saw Sin City, and everything got 100% worse. It was terrible. What movie did we have you watch this week?
Cocktail.
Cocktail. This is from 1988. Picked this in honor of The November Man coming out. Same director, Roger Donaldson. It stars Tom Cruise. I have a synopsis here. A talented New York bartender takes a job at a bar in Jamaica and falls in love.
Wow. That sounds enthralling.
Simple and to the point. Ryan, tell us about Cocktail.
Well, for starters, I fucking hate Tom Cruise. I don't know why, I just don't like it.
Yeah. You haven't figured it out yet.
That being said, as soon as I saw the face of this movie, I was angry. The movie starts off where he's returning from the army, and he's trying to catch a coach bus that is going back to New York City that he missed. And he gets on it, and gets to New York, and beats a guy that his name is Doug, and he becomes like his mentor. And he's Australian, if that matters.
It was the guy from, what was he in? FX.
Yeah.
It's the guy from FX
I
and FX 2.
Was it?
Brian Brown? Brian Brown?
Yeah.
I knew I recognized him somewhere. But he starts mentoring Tom Cruise, and they come up with this idea that they're gonna open a cocktail lounge, and eventually one day. So Tom Cruise starts going to school for his business degree, and ends up failing everything, and I assume quitting school.
Oh.
And that's where it turns into a straight love story.
Ooh.
First of all, Tom Cruise meets a girl at this bar that they both bartend at. And after a few weeks, him and Doug are having a conversation, and Doug says, if this girl's still with you by the end of the week, then I'll be surprised. And because apparently she's a money-grubbing whore. Like, she only does guys and then takes their money.
Is this Elizabeth Shue?
No, this is Gina Gershon.
Okay. So we got that going.
they have this conversation, and then turns out the dog actually banged this girl.
Oh,
And
before or after the bet?
after,
Oh man,
and Tom Cruise is pissed, and they are
rightfully so.
falling out. And Tom Cruise goes to Jamaica to become bartender, and meets Elizabeth Shue, and he eventually gets sex with her. And the next day, Doc shows up in Jamaica with some like rich model type girl, and it turns out they're married, and she's rich as hell. And he bets Tom Cruise that he can take a barfly home. That is an old rich woman,
Okay,
and
okay.
Tom Cruise does that. And Elizabeth Shue sees all this happening. It's
Oh,
so angry and leaves.
mm.
And, and
Are you
then,
are you like banging your head on the table?
no, it's my mouth.
Your
Yeah,
mouth?
I'm swelling it up and down.
I like to think that he's
Eventually,
pounding the table with his fist to like stress the points he's making, but
That's what it sounds like.
there's like a delay. So the banging fist comes like half a minute later.
All right, continue. Sorry.
eventually they go back to New York City, and Tom Cruise seeks out Elizabeth Shue and finds out that she's pregnant.
Ooh.
And it's for us to get back there, and she's not having it. And a dog kills himself because he realizes that his life is all a sham.
Oh my
And
god.
after that, Tom Cruise goes back.
Oh god.
And argues with Elizabeth Shue's dad some more.
Oh boy.
And finally convinces her to go with him. And they start their own restaurant slash cocktail place in New York. And at the very end of the movie, she, for whatever reason, tells Tom Cruise that she's having twins.
Ooh.
And that's it.
That was the big twist. Twins.
So is this the prequel to the movie Twins with Schwarzenegger and DeVito?
Good, good.
That'd be
Thing.
funny.
That'd be great.
Elizabeth Shue is the mother of Arnold and DeVito.
That'd be fantastic.
It was probably
That
like a
mean-
joke. It was probably like a joke at the end, right? Like it's twins, and then it shows Tom Cruise, and he's like, "What?"
Swear to yeah.
It
Can't
was probably just like a little throwaway
laugh track.
joke at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, it's supposed to be like, "Oh boy, I'm in over my head. I got this restaurant, now I got twins. What am I gonna do?"
But I like how they
And
sprinkled.
I'm married to Tom Cruise.
I like how they
That
sprinkled
sucks.
in a suicide though.
Yeah, that
That,
sounds nice.
it
Like,
happens out of nowhere.
it's like, oh, let's darken this up a little bit.
So, what'd you think of the movie overall?
It's alright, I guess.
I wanted to.
stare at Tom Cruise a lot, and I hated
Were you just seething every time he was on screen?
that. I kind of, yeah, I wanted to break my TV a lot.
Great.
I never saw this movie, and I know Kevin, you never saw it either.
I've saw bits and pieces.
And it's like largely considered a classic, but
Well, I mean, 80s.
I,
an
I
80s
never saw-
classic.
I never saw this until this weekend.
I tried to fit it in today, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I saw maybe the first 20 minutes, half hour. I didn't see up into the falling out between him and Doug, so anything from right around there I didn't see. But boy, this is an 80s movie.
Yeah.
From what I saw, like the music,
Pure 80s.
it's all about capitalism. You know, it's everybody's going to business school and everybody's trying to be a yuppie. They make a lot of yuppie jokes in it.
Oh, I love me some yuppie jokes.
Yeah, lots of yuppie jokes.
Nice.
So it's definitely 80s.
This movie sounds ridiculous. So
From what I saw, it was completely ridiculous.
So it's just a bunch of bets at the beginning, like
Sort of.
like I bet you can't sleep with that girl.
Yep.
And then they break up, and he's like,
Yeah. Don't
Jamaica,
worry, I'll bag her.
going to Jamaica,
There. I'll bag her.
and then some guy kills himself, and then twins.
Schwarzenegger and DeVito pop.
What's the so does he open up his dream cocktail lounge that
toward-
him and his
Yeah.
terrible buddy dreamed about? Because it sounds like they had a terrible friendship.
They kind of do.
Well, it was funny because from what I saw, it was like he walks into the dude's bar and he's like, "Hey, can I have a job?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he does a horrible job, but the guy's like, "I see something in you." And he hires him full time, and then all of a sudden they're like best pals. They're drinking together, they're having heart-to-hearts all over the place.
There are a lot of hard hearts.
So like is there like some sort of training montage where like there's this awesome montage of Tom Cruise just learning how to be like a flair bartender?
They show him.
And he just picks the shit up in like a week.
It's even faster than that.
And then
It's one night.
Like maybe
One night.
10 minutes.
Oh, it's a really short montage, and they don't even. I was expecting it to be him fumbling around a lot, but he didn't even. It wasn't even like that. It was like,
He's just
here's how you do the little twirly thing, and he just does it. And he's like an expert.
He's a fucking natural. Turns
Yeah.
out, unbelievable.
There's another great montage at the beginning when he was first trying to find a job, and it was just him over and over again going to interviews like on Wall Street, and then being like, "No, you need a college education. You don't have enough qualifications." It was just like over and over and over again.
And
So
then
he's-
he's like, oh,
so-
I'm going to be a bartender.
So he's slightly mentally handicapped, is what it sounds like. Because who the fuck just goes to Wall Street and is like, "Hey, you guys hiring?"
Well, he was a young go-getter. He had a really positive attitude.
Oh, so that's what Doug saw in him.
I
Yeah,
like the best part to me is that he went for an interview on Wall Street before he went to college.
That's how
Yeah.
that's how he found out about it. Yeah, they kept saying you have to have a college degree, and he was like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna go to business school." And then he was like, "Ah, fuck this! I'm gonna be a bartender."
Yeah, well, it seems like they just kind of threw away the whole idea of him being in college. Like, because one
Yeah,
scene he was in college, and then the next scene he's done with that.
It was like a scene of him talking shit to a professor.
Oh,
And
so
then
this
all of a
guy
sudden
is
he's done with it.
this guy's the shit. Is what we're finding out here.
Oh yeah,
But
He was-
I should have known. I mean, the tagline is "When he pours, he rains."
Uh,
that is amazing.
After picking up flair bartending after 10 minutes.
He did have a little bit of skill with bartending because he was a bartender, I think, for his uncle. Is
Yeah.
that right, Ryan?
yeah.
What was that? Scotch on the rocks?
But
That
that
was-
was
yeah,
that was like
the
beer.
hole in the wall bar.
Yeah, it was like pouring beers.
Can I get a Bud Light? Here you go.
Yeah, he was an expert at pouring beers.
When he pours, he rains, man. That is
I wonder
a sick
because
tagline.
I know the whole cocktail thing became really big
Oh,
during this time,
Yeah,
and I'm wondering if it was the movie or the actual cocktails that.
it was probably
came
around,
first.
It was probably around the same time, I would imagine. You know what I mean? Like they stumbled upon it and they were like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And then they made the movie Cocktail, and then it just blew up.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what happened.
Cause it's. Have you ever gotten a drink at a place that does like flair bartending?
Yeah, I have.
I fucking hate it. I just want my goddamn drink.
It's a waste of time. There is a really interesting documentary that came out, I think last year, that's all about that kind of bartending. I can't remember the name.
Was that
of it.
Hey Bartender?
Yes. Yeah, Hey Bartender.
I think that's actually on Netflix Instant. You can watch
That's a really interesting documentary, and it kind of, because the modern way of doing those is different than back then. It's not all about flair these days.
Yeah. I mean, well, back then it was all show. And they're like, they put on this show flipping bottles around and shit, and then they give you a martini and it tastes like absolute shit. And you're like, yeah, the bottle flipping was cool, but can you make a drink, please?
Ryan, you saw Hey Bartender, didn't you?
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I enjoyed the movie a lot.
Ooh.
One thing about Cocktail.
Tom Cruise was also not in it.
Is that a big draw for you?
Yes.
Do all movies without Tom Cruise automatically get like a half a point?
I think they get half a point probably from
Yeah.
I like how you didn't think about it at all. You're just like, yep.
So let's talk about Roger Donaldson. This guy did a ton of movies.
He's all over the place too.
Yeah. So he did Cocktail. He also did Cadillac Man.
You're damn right he did.
Talked about that on the show this week. He did Species,
which I had no idea.
Yeah. Dante's Peak, which was absolutely awful. 13 Days, The Recruit, The Bank Job, which was actually quite good. That was the one with Jason Statham. Seeking Justice, which is the one that I was going to give you originally before deciding on Cocktail. And Seeking Justice is that really, really generic Nicolas Cage one.
Which I think that's Play Instant. I think you can watch that bad boy. That actually has like a 6.2 on IMDb. Guy Pearce. Nicolas Cage and Guy Pearce.
That's a guy that has it going on.
I mean, you have to put up with January Jones, but...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do hate January Jones.
Well, I don't hate her. She's just not
you don't
good,
think she's good
at anything.
I remember right around the Species Dante's Peak days, that was when I really started getting into movies. Because I remember we were in middle school during that time, and I was at my first sleepover.
Oh boy.
Unsupervised sleepover.
Oh shit, are you kidding me?
Yep, and they got it was Species and Barbed Wire that they it was at Brett Hargest's house.
Nice.
And it was a boys and girls sleepover.
Oh my goodness.
We watched Species and Dante's, or Species and Barbed Wire.
Was Barbed Wire the girls' pick?
Probably. And I was like, holy crap, this movie there's nudity in here? Oh my god. Oh my god.
They're allowed to do this? Are you kidding me?
And I think Dante's Peak was one of the earlier movies that I went with my friends to see.
You got dropped off outside of the...
Yeah, got dropped off, yeah.
Oh,
and I went
boy.
with Kevin.
Oh boy.
I went with I know the listeners don't care.
No, they know exactly who you're talking about.
I went with Kevin and Josh Dayhoff. And I think Justin might have went to that too. I don't know.
Oh god.
That was garbage. I still have the ticket stub for that. That's the first movie when I started collecting my ticket stubs. Dante's Peak was the first one, and I have every single one of them since.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a giant box of ticket stubs. There's like 1,000 in there. Oh, I have problems. All right, Ryan. Any final thoughts before we give you your drum roll?
Well, I have a quick question.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Go.
Are there any of those movies that Roger Donaldson directed? Is Ryan a fan of any of those?
Oh yeah, you fan of any of those movies?
Cadillac Man? You big Cadillac Man fan?
That's pretty good.
You damn right it is.
It seems like you'd be into The Recruit.
I saw that, and it's not too terrible.
It's not too
At
terrible.
least as far as I'm concerned.
I don't remember anything about that movie. I remember that I liked it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about that one either.
What about Species?
Species.
That's alright. That was good back in the day.
How about
Now that Under the Skin came out, it pretty much blew Species out of the water.
yeah, without a doubt. What about The Getaway? Alec Baldwin, Kim Basinger,
I don't
Michael
know.
Madsen.
I don't remember that one.
I don't remember the movie. I just remember seeing that DVD or seeing that movie in the bargain bin all the time. Always in the widescreen version. I kind of enjoyed The World's Fastest Indian. I didn't know he directed that.
He wrote that one too.
Look at that. Watch out. Double threat.
It's a Donaldson double threat.
Did he write The November Man? Oh, he didn't.
What about The Bank Job? Have you guys seen that one?
I kind of want to see that.
That was really good. I think that was the best Jason Statham movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Maybe not the best. I forgot about Snatch.
How are you able to tell them apart?
When you see The Bank Job, you'll see why. It's
Okay.
It's not an action movie.
It's not a generic Statham.
No, it's based on a true story. It's just like a 70s heist movie about this group that
Uh-oh.
robs a bank. It's awesome.
I'm gonna have to check that out because that poster's pretty badass.
Yeah, the movie's badass.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite of the Donaldson lineup here. All right, Brian, what do you give Cocktail?
Tom Cruise gets a 3.
3.
A 3 out of 10?
Ooh.
Okay. What do you think about The November Man?
Not really that interesting.
Have you heard of The November Man?
Yes.
You have? Is there like actual?
Well, that's what I was going to ask, like, because I haven't been seeing any kind of, like, marketing for this movie.
No, not at all.
Have there been ads and stuff on TV for it?
There have been a few, and I saw Pierce Brosnan on Conan the other night.
I just don't...
No.
It just doesn't look good to me.
No.
Maybe it's the trailer. I don't know.
I
know that...
it's everything. It's got Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
It's called The November Man. It looks
like a
generic Bond.
Generic action movie.
It's like, and what is up with this? This year and last year, are they just trying to bank on what happened with oh my God, what's his name?
Taken? Liam Neeson?
Yeah, Liam Neeson. Is that what they're just trying?
It seems that way.
Because what was the other one? There was the Costner one, right?
Yeah, the Costner one.
Wasn't there a Richard Gere one too?
Yes, there was.
Is that what we're just trying to kickstart these old guys? Because I don't think we should do that. Like, they had their run. You're done.
Pierce Brosnan said on Conan that this came from the guys from James Bond. Like, they hooked him up with this job.
What?
Huh?
That's what he said.
The guys from James Bond?
I don't know if he meant...
Were those his words?
Someone affiliated with James Bond. When he was James Bond. Someone hooked him up with that.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, whatever. Well, it's it's written by the guy that did Predators.
Well, Predators was good. That was a good one.
Was it?
Now, you could have said it's written by the guy that wrote Trespass, and that would have been...
Well, I didn't get to that guy yet. It's by the guy that did Trespass.
There you go. That guy's also writing the new Hitman movie, Agent 47.
All right.
Well, I'm kind of excited for that.
Don't be, because it's probably not going to be very good.
Oh.
Did you imagine a Hitman movie would be? Of course, on paper, a Hitman movie sounds like it'd be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it was the Hitman. The first one was okay because the surround sound. Like if you if you jack the volume way out, it's amazing.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that, especially about Hitman.
Well, there you go, Hitman. Check it out if you have surround sound. Jack that shit up and groove to some Timothy Oliphant. as the Hitman. That movie was garbage.
Oh God.
All right. Any final thoughts, Ryan, on Cocktail or The November Man?
Fuck you, Tom Cruise.
What about November Man 2?
Fuck you, November Man too. Starring
Cocktail did win a Golden Globe despite its 5% on Rotten Tomatoes for the Kokomo song by the Beach Boys.
Oh, that's who we have to blame for that fucking awful song.
I didn't know that this movie is where that song came from. That is a terrible song. It's a great music.
I hate that song so much.
I like the Beach Boys, but I don't like that song. And the the music video. Watch the music video for Kokomo.
The music video. I can definitely
amazing.
watch that. Watch that.
It's amazing.
Watch that shit on mute. Or maybe with my surround sound, jack that shit up.
There you go. Double bill that. Double bill that with Hitman. Hitman and Kokomo.
No, I'm gonna play Kokomo over Hitman and just jack that shit up. But at the same time, they probably sync up.
All right. Well, I think that will wrap things up for the day. Send us your questions to podcast@filmpulse.net. We'll be sure to answer them on the show. Follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. Be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For FilmPulse.net, my name's Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
We'll see you on Monday.
See you later.
That sounded sad.
Yeah. Boy.
That's where you wanna go to get away from it all. Bodies in the sand, tropical drink melting in your hand. We'll be falling in love to the rhythm of the steel.
Like, I don't understand how that affected the movie at all.
I love that he can't be bothered. For like half an hour.
No, man.
Let me just turn.
It's the silent switch. I have an otter box on my phone. It's a pain to open the silent switch.